Socrates, before his death, said that the true philosopher should care as little as possible about the body, food, clothing, pleasures, because the body distracts the soul from thinking about higher truths. The body brings desires, illnesses, fears, everything that takes us away from pure thinking. To get closer to the truth, we must try to free ourselves from the physical as much as possible while we're alive. Some time ago, I started reading philosophical texts more and more, and then I thought, maybe I really give myself too much attention. After all, philosophers say that the search for truth, virtue, enlightenment begins with the neglecting the physical, that the body is a celebration, a mask, vanity, that the true path of thought is the refusal to care for oneself, a path of modesty and great intellectual effort. But we live in a time where morning and evening routines have become a kind of religion. Masks, creams, rituals, full ceremonies of self-care to not grow old, not lose shape, not fall behind. And so I tried to stop. To become someone who thinks wider, to stop feeding my ego, to stop stroking myself on the head, on the cheek, on the hair. At some point, I believe that the less time for myself means more space for the spirit. But almost right after that, I had a conversation with my close friend, and he really works a lot. At one moment he said, I finally have time for myself, and if I could, I would do only that. This simple and honest sentence shook me, because it is true. The body is our temple, the jug that carries our soul. It is vulnerable, fragile, and if cracks appear, we shouldn't ignore them. We should carefully fix them, and a little color here, glaze there, and sometimes just be near. And then I understood. This perspective feels closer to me. On my rare days off, it turns out I often want to spend time with myself. I simply do things that bring me back to myself. I wash my face, I put on a mask, I brush my hair with special attention. It's not about fashion or trends, it is about care, about silence, about connection with myself, about time alone. Maybe self-care is something I still haven't learned. Even though I always thought that humans are egocentric. Even the Bible says, love your neighbor as yourself. But do I really know how to love myself? I'm not sure. It seems that again and again I put others first, and maybe even that is for my own good. Maybe it is just my nature to be there for others. But I know for sure I need my small rituals. One last mask in a jar, a hot bath, a long routine where I feel like I reconnect with my body, where I'm not running, not from it, not from myself, where I'm simply present. Self-care is not always an act of worshipping your ego. For me, maybe there is something bigger behind it, a greater love for myself. That's what I'd like to learn, but learning this is not easy. I feel like I will always put others before me, and still I want to learn a greater love for myself.